Welcome to this episode of my VA disability claim. Today, we're going to talk about, let's say I've been out more than 5 years and I want to file a claim. All right. And the reason we're doing this session, one of our students recently, she had been out more than 20 years, right, and needed some guidance on how to set that claim up. So we decided, why not put together a session? That way, everyone who's in this position can benefit from this information. All right. First thing you want to do is show chronicity, right? You want to keep that in mind. Chronicity means this is a chronic condition that's been suffered from separation till now. So you want to show that, hey, I've been suffering from this thing. Let's say you separated in 2000 and you're filing in 2020. I've been suffering from this condition since 2000 all the way up to now in 2020, right? What records do I need? When you want to show that chronicity, that would be those medical records showing treatment since separation. Right? So all the times that you've gone to the doctor since you separated, submit those medical records with the claim showing, again, that chronicity. Right? Let's just do this in order. What records do I need? First, you would need records showing that in-service event or that in-service diagnosis. Right? If you had a diagnosis while you were in the service, those records should be in your service treatment records, right? Your military medical service treatment records. Let's say if there was an event, record of that should be in personnel files if it was a serious event, to where you had to go to the doctor. Maybe if it was a police matter, you may have to go to the local police to get those records, but they do keep those records, right? So you can seek those records out and get a hold of them. Second, those records showing treatment since separation, again showing that chronicity. This is something that I've suffered from the time I separated up until now. And then the third one is you want medical records showing that current medical diagnosis, right? Within the past 6 months, within the past year, medical records showing that I've been going to the doctor for this condition, and this is the diagnosis that I have for this condition, all right? Let's say you haven't been to the doctor. Let's say you don't have medical records, right? This is not ideal, but this is a common situation as well. Now we talk about what statements do I need. Lay statements. Lay statements can be very valuable in a situation like this where you've been separated for an extended period of time. Lay statements, what does that mean? Lay statement is written testimony from people saying that they witnessed you experiencing the symptoms of this condition. All right, keep in mind with a lay statement, they can only say they've witnessed you experiencing the symptoms. They cannot diagnose you. All right. Do not diagnose. All right. If you try to give it, if a lay person tries to give a diagnosis in their statement, that could invalidate the entire statement. So you want to make sure you're keeping it to only symptoms. They can only attest to, hey, yeah, I witnessed this veteran having these symptoms. All right. Another statement that could be helpful is that nexus letter. That nexus letter says this condition is likely, more likely than not, related to the event or diagnosis that took place in military service. Nexus letters can only come from doctors. You want to get one from your doctor who's reviewed your records, right? And in the letter, they'll say, hey, after reviewing these records, in my medical opinion, it is more likely than not that this current whatever condition is related to this in-service event or diagnosis. All right? So those are the statements, the lay statement or the nexus letter. Those are the statements that you will need. What records? In-service event, right? In-service diagnosis records, medical records showing treatment since separation, right? After you separated, showing that you're still going to the doctor, and medical records showing that current medical diagnosis. Now, if you do not have a medical diagnosis, you can still file the claim. We have a video about that as well. But in that situation, you're going to need statements from people saying that they witnessed you have these symptoms. All right? And that's pretty much the focus. Make sure you're getting those records or those statements. And those are the types of records and statements that you will need to show that chronicity, right? Showing that you've been experiencing this pain since service. Also showing that this thing happened in the service. And then showing this is what I'm suffering from today. And keep in mind, you can submit that nexus with the claim, or you can wait to submit it if the claim gets denied, right? That's your choice. We always recommend trying to send that thing up as strong as you possibly can. But if you're unable to get a nexus letter at first, still submit the claim, work on that nexus letter, and if the claim does get denied, just submit that nexus letter up with it to make that claim even stronger. All right. Forms that you use: 21-526EZ, that is the actual claim form, right? And then you also have that 21-4138, statement in support of claim. We have a video showing you the layout for that statement of supported claim as well. But in that statement, you just want to list in-service event, I've been suffering from it since I separated, and these are my current symptoms. All right, you want to make sure those three elements are in that statement. And again, we have that template already laid out for you in one of our other videos. All right, but that's it. All right? You've been out more than 5 years and you want to file a claim. Make sure you keep these things in mind. Make sure you consider these things when you're putting together that claim. Because again, we want you to make that claim as strong as you possibly can before you send it up to the VA. All right? They say what? 40%, I believe, of VA claims get denied. So we want to make that number even lower, right? Best way to do that is just like a grading rubric. Make sure, hey, this is what they expect. Okay, cool. This is what I'm going to have when I send that claim up. Clarify those expectations so you get to experience more satisfaction, huh? More satisfaction than disappointment. That's the goal of this thing, all right? Hey, as always, learn the information, use the information, and if you deem it to be valuable, share the information, all right? Have an incredible day.